Hey guys, welcome back to Tax Acts. So if you're new here, here's just a little background of myself. I'm 28 years old. I have an accounting degree and I also work in the tax resolution industry. I help individuals and businesses resolve their tax issues with the IRS. And today I want to talk about side hustles and taxes. And more specifically, what no one tells you when you start making money outside of a regular W 2 job. So one of the biggest areas of confusion I see, people will start driving for Uber or they'll be doing DoorDash, maybe they become a content creator. Maybe they're selling some products online or just doing any type of freelance work on the side. The money starts to come in and everything feels great. But then tax season comes around and that's when reality hits them in the face. So let's talk about what no one will tell you. So the first thing is the IRS, they don't care if it's just a side hustle. I hear this all the time. Sometimes someone will tell me, hey, I only made a few $1,000s, or I was only doing it on the weekends, or I only did it for a few months out of the year. So the reality, income is income. And whether you earn $500 or $50,000, guys, there's a good chance that income it's going to need to be reported. And a lot of the times people will mistakenly think side hustle income, it just doesn't count. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. The second thing no one's going to tell you is no one is withholding the taxes for you. So when you have a W 2 job, taxes, they're generally taken out of every single paycheck. But when you're self employed, this doesn't happen. The money, it's going to hit your account and it feels great, to be honest. But part of that money, it's really not yours. It belongs to the IRS. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is they will spend every single dollar they earn and then they become shocked when tax season comes around. The third thing no one's going to tell you is about self employment tax. So, this is the one that's going to catch a lot of people off guard. Most people, they do know about income taxes. However, they don't know about self employment tax. Self employment tax, it helps fund Social Security and Medicare. And right now, the self employment tax is approximately 15.3%. So, let me put this into perspective. Let's say your side hustle earned you $10,000 in profit. So a lot of people take a look at that $10,000 and they'll be like, okay, I have $10,000 to spend. However, that's not the case. So right away, the self-employment tax alone, it's going to be $1,530. And then you also owe federal income taxes. Keep in mind, this is going to depend on your income, your tax bracket deductions, and then other factors. And you could even owe a lot more. So by the time everything's said and done, many side hustlers, they'll end up paying between 20 to 35% of their profits towards taxes. So, for example, if you make $1,000 from a side hustle, don't automatically assume the entire $1,000 belongs to you. And a good habit is just to roughly set 25 to 30% for taxes until you exactly know what your tax situation looks like. And I'd rather have money left over at tax time than get surprised by a tax bill I wasn't expecting. And this is what I see a lot in my line of work. I see a lot of people make good money with a side hustle and they spend every single dollar they earn. And then they get very blindsided when tax season comes around. So, the fourth thing no one's going to tell you about is that record keeping, it does really matter. A lot of people, they're just going to wait till tax season and then they're going to try to remember what happened over the previous 12 months. And that's a horrible strategy. So, for example, if you're using your vehicle for business or you're buying supplies, maybe you're paying for software, or just spending any type of money to generate income for your side hustle, you should be tracking those expenses. Keep in mind, guys, good records, they're going to make a tax season much easier, and bad record keeping is going to create a lot of headaches. And the final thing no one's going to tell you, guys, ignoring IRS letters, it's never going to help. I work in tax resolution and I see this happening all the time. Someone will get a letter from the IRS, they're going to panic, and when they avoid opening it, these issues they just grow larger, right? Sometimes they'll just toss it in a drawer or they'll just hope it goes away. But most of the times, IRS issues, they're much easier to solve when they're addressed earlier. And the longer you wait, the fewer options you're going to have. Taxes are not something to fear. They're something to understand. And honestly, the more you understand, the more control you're going to have over your financial future. You don't need to be a CPA or a tax attorney to understand taxes, but spending a little time just learning how taxes work, they'll save you a lot of money and stress over the long run. And guys, if you have a side hustle, let me know what it is in the comments. I want to hear about it. And if you just genuinely enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.